Let me tell you a story not about charts, not about trading, not about altcoins, but about a boy who accidentally gave away billions of dollars before Bitcoin even mattered. And what happened years later will honestly break your heart and then rebuild it. Stay till the end, because this story changes how you'll look at Bitcoin forever. In 2008, before Bitcoin was even cool, before people argued about price predictions, before YouTube was full of crypto gurus, there was a kid named John, just a normal American teenager. Golden hair, hoodie, old laptop, messing around with something called Bitcoin mining because he saw it on a forum. No dreams of Lambos, no thoughts of million-dollar wallets, just curiosity, and somehow, without realizing it, John mined 40,000 Bitcoin. Yeah, 40,000, 40. Back then, it was worth basically nothing, so John did what any clueless teenager in love would do. He gave the wallet away, not the Bitcoin, not because he knew it was valuable, but because it was stored on this tiny USB-style hardware wallet, and he gifted it to his girlfriend Amelia, or so he thought. They were young, they laughed, they dreamed, they promised forever, until life happened. John got distracted, started liking other girls, started chasing the world. Amelia begged him not to leave, and John left anyway. Years passed, college, work, life, and one random day, John opens his phone and sees Bitcoin prices exploding. Thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. And suddenly his brain goes, wait, didn't I mine Bitcoin in 2008? And then, oh no, I gave it away. That moment when excitement turns into horror. He rushed home, searched every box, every bag, every drawer, every book, nothing. Then the memory hit him like a truck. Amelia, the wallet, the girl he left, and the fortune he accidentally gave away. So John did what any sane person would do. He started searching for her, different cities, different towns, different people. No one knew where she was. Weeks passed, months passed. Eventually, John stood in the rain one night staring at the street and realized something painful. He didn't just lose Bitcoin, he lost billions. And worse, he lost the one person who ever truly loved him. That's when he gave up, until one day, his phone rang. It was an old friend. The kind of friend who somehow knows people, and his friend said, "Are you still looking for Amelia?" John paused and said, "Yes, because I still love her." 2 weeks later, his friend called again. "I found her. She lives in the mountains now." John didn't even pack properly. He just drove hours through winding roads, forests, fog, silence, until he reached a small wooden house on a hill. He stood there, heart pounding, knocked on the door, and when it opened, there she was, Amelia. Same eyes, same softness, same presence, just older, just quieter, just hurt. They stared at each other for a few seconds. No words, just memories crashing back. Finally, John spoke. First thing he asked, not, "How are you?" Not, "Do you hate me?" Not, "Can we talk?" He asked, "Do you still have the gift I gave you in 2008? Amelia looked down, paused, then said, "After you left, I threw it away, into a dumpster, in your city." And that was it. Game over, billions gone. John nodded slowly, smiled painfully, and said, "Okay, that's my bad luck." He turned around to leave, and suddenly she grabbed his hand and said, "I threw the wallet away, but I never threw you away. I kept all your letters, all your gifts, all your memories, because to me, those were worth more than money." John froze. She pulled him inside, opened an old wooden box. Inside, letters, photos, movie tickets, little notes, every memory he ever gave her. And then, at the bottom, she pulled something out, a tiny USB-shaped object, the hardware wallet. She said, "I couldn't throw this away either." John's hands were shaking. He plugged it into her old laptop, opened a wallet app, and there it was, 40,000 BTC, still there, untouched, silent, waiting. John dropped to his knees. Amelia started crying. They hugged like people who lost everything, and suddenly found everything again. He didn't just recover billions. He recovered her. They got married, built a life together, traveled the world, bought homes, cars, jets. But more importantly, they got something rarer than Bitcoin, a second chance. Now listen, let me ask you something real quick. You didn't buy Bitcoin in 2008, right? And hopefully, you didn't gift 40,000 Bitcoin to your ex either. But here's the good news. You still don't need a time machine. You still don't need luck. And you definitely don't need to lose a girlfriend to get rich in crypto, because today, you can start Bitcoin mining right now, without noisy machines, without expensive hardware, without your room sounding like an airport runway. With Microcryptosofts V.0.1 and Microcryptosofts 4.0.9, fully cloud-based, plug-and-play, beginner-friendly, and built for people who actually want results, not headaches. So be smart. Don't wait for another what-if story. Start mining today. Links are below.